1212 Mannie on the Scene TV, man. We have a very special guest here. You know, thousands of views on her first video, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In just a little bit of time, multi-talented, the young, the beautiful, Badd Morena.
Badd Morena.
Badd Morena is
Thank
in
you
the
for
building.
having me.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I know you on a personal level, right? I know
Yes.
we all went to school together.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how you got the name. Where'd that come from? Because I never heard nobody call you that.
So it's funny. I actually had a different name.
Yeah?
And it was gonna be Tracy Dash.
Tracy
And
Dash?
Yeah, I loved Clueless, the movie and everything, but I really didn't want to have the connection with Stacey Dash because she was.
Oh yeah.
She was getting some heat in the media at the time.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what she's really about, but I do know people hate her.
yeah, she's just very controversial, and yeah, she don't really.
Ain't she like a Republican or some shit?
Yeah, she don't
She
really
like-
support the
Okay.
black community too much.
Oh, she's not for our people.
Yeah.
Word.
So I couldn't have that. So I definitely started thinking about different names, and my mom always calls me like Morenita, like that's her little
What's that mean?
pet name for me. So I was like, okay, I like that. And then I don't know, I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna be Morenita, I'm gonna be a bad one. So.
Oh, why? Yeah. Well, let's talk about the video. The video is super dope. It's out now.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. The video is called Palace of Doom, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, the video, I noticed most of your videos are, it's almost like a mini movie. So who's the brains behind those videos? I mean, it's not like you just hit record and dance in front of the camera. You got like a little short film going on.
Yeah, so I love coming up with the ideas for my videos.
Yeah.
Palace of Doom was an idea that I've had for a while. I actually came up with the idea, I want to say back in either anywhere between April and it was like beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking about a bunch of things, and once I heard the song, I was like, yeah, I kind of know where I want to go with this.
I seen you kind of like kidnap my bro and that shit.
Yeah.
Killed him, threw him off a cliff or some shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was all you thought about all that?
Chopped him up, put him in a little bag, and threw him off.
You thought about all that shit yourself?
Yeah.
Word. That's dope.
Thank you.
Now, I got a question for you. So, we all went to the same school, right? So, plenty of open mics, plenty of situations where people showcase their talent. I didn't see you at any of them.
Oh my god.
So what happened? What made you want to rap now?
It's funny. I've always written poetry, but I felt like it was so personal to me that I couldn't imagine like speaking that in front of anybody, let alone letting them know what I really think about. And I actually grew up with my older brother. He had a whole studio in his room.
Shit.
He was a rapper, producer, engineer. So I wasn't too, like, I was very familiar with how the whole setup was and everything like that. So I never really thought about pursuing music, so to speak. I was actually more into dancing.
Word.
So I was part of the dance team for a little while.
I remember that.
Yeah, basically, I don't know. I just hopped up in the booth one day on some funny stuff, like... was with my homeboys and my man, and he was like, yeah, come to the studio, we're gonna just, you know, chill out, vibe, you guys could jump in if you want. And we all, like, being funny, started making up little rhymes, and I don't know, I guess I took it a little too serious, because when I came out of the booth, everybody was like, so you don't rap? And I'm like, nah.
A lot of people don't know this, but your man, he rap too.
Yeah,
He like to play games, but that nigga nice with it.
Listen. Be on the lookout, because there's definitely a little surprise coming.
Oh, word?
Very
That
soon.
little collab coming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
You know what? When I see y'all, I think of Remy and Pat, because Papoose he rap for real, but he also take the manager type.
Did you
role.
see his freestyle that he started with the cereal
with
boxes?
the cereal shit. With the cereal shit,
ill.
that was dope.
He's always been crazy.
You ever thought about doing something like that, like a little challenge or some shit like that?
Yeah, I'm not too much of a freestyler, but I like to really put thought into my rhymes and kind of like in my own little box, in my own little dungeon, just like fill out what I'm trying to say. So
hell yeah, it's interesting you say that, because I'm real big on lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Kendrick fan, I'm a battle rap fan, Cole fan, Young M.A. fan. So like, it seems like the music industry is going towards like a place where it's all about melodies. You know what I'm saying? Like people doing the TikTok dances, like everybody dancing. So Do you feel like you can thrive in an environment that's really about like making something sound good rather than having real lyrics?
Definitely. I think I'm very versatile. I'm still exploring so many like avenues when it comes to music. I feel as though this time period is something where it's open to a lot of people to kind of explore.
Yeah.
And I can definitely move throughout that. But I also feel like if any time period comes around and, you know, people have to adjust, I feel like an amazing example of that would be Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And like just some of the greats, like all throughout time, they've been able to solidify their place in the industry, and I think it's because of their versatility. Because it's not really easy to appease to everybody all the time.
Yeah.
So playing with your sound is very important.
Yeah, you can't make everybody proud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you say versatility, and I think of people like Young M.A, who actually, I'm a big Young M.A fan, but I feel like she's not versatile enough. And I feel like the reason why she's not as big as she's really supposed to be is because she can't really make a hook. So like I feel like everybody is looking for that hook, that thing that's gonna stick in your head and really bother you the whole day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's your formula when it comes to making a song? Is it like write the hook first and then fill it in, or is just get your bars down and whatever comes to the head comes to the head?
It's funny. I feel like I'm still making music as though it's poetry. So sometimes I'll hear a hook, I'll hear a beat, I'll hear anything that kind of pops up in my head.
Yeah.
And depending on how it makes me feel, I kind of try to go about it as if it's a conversation with myself. So
That's
yeah.
dope. That's dope. So like what gets you in your zone when you hit the studio? Like what's your zen? A lot of people like to go in the studio and smoke or listen to their favorite rapper or whatever. What gets you in your mode, like the killer mode that you got?
I like to think about kind of my future.
Yeah?
Yeah, not so much like being a successful rapper, which is like an amazing thing, but more so about like who I want my kids to see me as and, you know, the purpose of what I'm doing and everything like that. So
yeah,
I feel like
about
that
your
kinda,
future, that's dope.
Yeah, puts me in the mood.
Now I noticed that a lot of women in the industry right now, they like to flaunt their bodies and rap about, you know, what they do sexually and stuff like that. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, men do it too. But like I noticed you don't really get into all that. So like what's your niche? Like what's your message when you rapping?
So I'm all for the women empowerment movement. I think it's amazing.
Women's History Month.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's amazing that women are now at the point where the freedom isn't something we have to ask for anymore. It's something that people understand should be given regardless of whether a woman is fully clothed, partially clothed, or completely naked. And where I fit into that, I feel like I just kind of go with the flow. I say this line in one of my songs where it's like, I love being nice, but I like getting spicy. So sometimes I'm a nice girl, sometimes you know I'm a spicy girl.
Face
you
on
just gotta
me, right?
see, yeah.
Now that reminds me of Steve Harvey had said something back in the day. He was like, women should dress how they want to be addressed. What's your response to that? You see the stupid ass fire alarm? Like the shit is all day. Like.
Yeah. I think Steve Harvey is a very respectable man.
Yeah.
But I think respect shouldn't be something that is debated.
Yeah.
It should be something that you give to someone unless they give you a reason otherwise. And I don't think how women dress or may come off to anybody, whether it be appearance or language, I don't think that should be in grounds of any rights to like revoke the respect that you give an individual. I'm very strong on whether it's, you know, the president of a company or the janitor. I treat them with the same respect. And I feel like people should, you know, follow that instead of, you know, what I see is what I determine.
Yeah, absolutely. So like a lot of people don't realize when the people you're around, you don't know who they're gonna become. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's why I'm big on like giving everybody the same opportunity, giving the same treatment, like you said. So that's dope that you said that. But I noticed in your vlog you said something. Well, actually, Mira had said your music is like undeniable music. What does that really mean? I mean, I don't know if you want to jump in and answer that one. What is
Yeah, come jump in.
Yeah, grab the mic right there. There you go. I got you.
Now, like undeniable music, I would say is like timeless music, music that anybody should be able to hear. Mm-hmm. Even if you're a fan of rock music, country music, it really doesn't matter. I feel like anybody should be able to hear your music and still respect your music and say, well, this is a quality sound. You got to respect the engineering, the production, the overall track, even how she sounds on it. You know what I mean? You might not agree with all the lyrics and everything, but it's still undeniable. It's like, damn, that's a decent song, even if you don't like the genre. Absolutely. For the people who do like the genre, I feel like they should really vibe with it. Mm-hmm. Maybe not every single song, because like that's just not how it goes, but they should have a few of those songs that they say, okay, that's my vibe of hers that I like because she is versatile. So
right. For the people that don't know, that's Tamir. That's her manager, correct?
Manager, A&R,
everything. He's in the studio
where I'm needed. You know?
I feel that. So yeah, that's dope, man. And I feel that, you know, when it comes to like keeping a strong camp around, it's important because, like, I know Mir for real. I know he rap, but you know what I'm saying. And there's a lot of people that's gonna be around you trying to bring you down. But it's good to keep that solid whole circle that you got. And I know that you got a big camp. You got a lot of people that's around you. You want to shout them out real quick?
Yeah, of course. Sunreem, Fritz Myers. You could find him at APT Content.
Mm-hmm.
Legend R. Russ. And Micah Capers.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It seems like you really just started rapping out of nowhere. I really get that feel. It's like, and you really got your pedal to the metal as far as putting content out. So like, what's driving you to keep posting and keep making videos and keep putting songs out?
So for one, I forgot one important person.
Oh, yeah.
She's a major person. My mom is definitely a part of my camp too. But when it comes to putting out content and being consistent, I really, before I started doing the music seriously, I decided like my approach way before I started putting out content. Mm-hmm. And with that approach, I wanted to focus on consistency, and I wanted to focus on really making, you know, the message clear, because a lot of the times artists come out and then they develop their, you know, kind of their persona like after the fact. So I wanted to make sure that I have like a strong kick on who I am and what I'm coming with before people even, you know, get the chance to kind of create that just off like the music alone.
Mm-hmm. Got it. What's one word to describe your style of music? Well, your personality, period. If you can think of something. We can come back to that one. I know that's a hard ass question. That's a hard ass question. But I did notice that you said in your vlog that you don't really see yourself doing music with a lot of people. But there was one person in particular that you said that you would do a feature with. So, like, is there anybody... Well, what's the reasoning behind that? Is it because, like, you got your own style and it's like, fuck, everybody is just me versus everybody? Or is it just...
No, I actually... So, I see myself doing a feature with anybody and everybody, to be honest. But I think, like, right now, my concentration is, like I said, to really develop who I am as an artist, and I think it's very important and sensitive on who I allow to kind of influence me in that respect. So I did mention a couple of people, and even in my interview I mentioned Trippie Redd, and it's because I believe that he has a very unique style where he has that versatility where he can, you know, direct you in many different, you know, avenues when it comes to like approaching music. So I really want to focus on working with people who can push that more to the forefront, being that I'm still looking for what my sound is definitely going to be.
I would have never in a million years expected you to say Trippie Redd. I'm a Trippie fan, but like Trippie really, he goes off the rails sometimes with like the demonic area, like, the stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I pay more attention to like his approach on songs. I feel like there's so many different features that he has and features that he does where you can't even imagine him being on that track. Even with him and Coi Leray, you know, they were some of my favorite artists at the time when they were doing music. And I just feel like the way he brings out other people's sounds is something that's very talented.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you mentioned Coi Leray and Trippie Redd, because time and time again we see relationships go to shit because people just get a little too famous.
I know.
You know, things get to their head. You know, fame is hard to come by. So what advice or what's the key to like having a strong relationship and fame at the same time?
I'd say it's the same thing kind of with content, like consistency.
Yeah.
And meeting your significant other at the same point that you guys started off at. And it's not always easy to do that when, you know, you're putting years and, like you said, a whole bunch of different, you know, things in between. But coming back to that point of why you guys care about each other and want to be together is like the main thing that I'd say to focus on if you want longevity.
I think that egos get in the way because somebody gets like bigger than they ever even know, then they get a big head about it. So are you comfortable with like you being the female or the woman in the relationship? Are you comfortable with being the breadwinner and like knowing that you're gonna make tons of more bread than your man? Possibly, you know, it's possible. Who knows what he's gonna make, what the future holds. But are you comfortable with making way more money than your significant other?
I definitely am, and I think I'm with someone who, you know, he gets the money no matter how it comes or how he has to go about it, and he was a major role in like bringing the hustler out of me, because I've definitely learned through this industry that it's not just about passion for music, but it's also passion about, you know, being your own brand and presenting yourself as such. And like you said, a lot of slimy things happen. You know, things can really get messed up when it comes to just wanting to follow any type of passion. So yeah, I think, you know, at the end of the day, I have no worries. He's always gonna provide and like do what he gotta do, and he makes me very comfortable with being who I want to be, regardless of, you know, the money.
Yeah, and me, I actually got a question for you if you want to grab the mic again. And you being the manager and the significant other, you know, this is your gem, you know what I'm saying? You don't want anybody to ever disrespect her and stuff like that. So, like, how sensitive are you when it comes to her music and how it's portrayed? Does it really take a toll on you how the message is put out? Or is it like, I know she gonna make it, this is mine anyway, we got it, you know what I'm saying?
Overall, bro, I feel like you have to be comfortable within yourself and confident within yourself as a man.
Yep.
Bigger than anything, because at the end of the day, if you're a man, that means that you should be objective to everything, really. You got to see everything for what it is, and you can't get clouded by pride and things like that. You got to focus and think about the bigger picture, you know?
100%.
And overall, I just feel like a lot of people in the industry and different things like that don't work out because they just don't have that. You know what I mean? The solid foundation.
Yeah.
As far as what you said and everything, bro, I think it's not a huge worry of mine. Just because I know what our purpose is. I know how we always operated. So as long as we continue that same formula, it's just going to be on a mass scale. But that doesn't mean that the root of it should change, you know?
That's dope.
So
that's dope.
That's how I feel about that.
Now, I guess it's kind of a question for the both of y'all, but I remember a couple of weeks back, Cardi B had said something around Valentine's Day that, like, men do deserve gifts, but the gifts for the man has to be significantly cheaper than what the female should get. She has said some shit like, if the dude get you flowers, you get him grass. Do all women feel that way, or is it just like because she rich and she got it, they both got it?
I think Cardi B is definitely a strong woman and in her right. I mean, everybody has their own roles that they play and their own, you know, vibes that they go with. I'm more of a sentimental type of gifter. I like to give things that, regardless of the value, are meaningful to my significant other. So I'm constantly asking him, like, what do you need? Or I just try to pay attention most of the time. But if I ask him, he'll definitely be like, no, I don't need that. It's okay. I'm good. I don't need anything. But yeah, that's how I try to go about it.
That's dope. That's dope that you say that. But I feel like there should be like an even playing field, because I like receiving gifts, you know what I'm saying? If I get you a Birkin bag, get me a Gucci bag, you know what I'm saying? Like, why your gift gotta be more expensive than mine? But whatever. I guess that's a conversation for another time, right? Now, what advice do you have for a man on how to treat a woman in 2021?
I think it's really important when it comes to this question on like your parents and your upbringing. I mean, a lot of people don't always have the best like role models in that sense, but I think like when it comes to a man, because I can't really speak too much in your shoes, but when it comes to a man, I'd say really think about how you would want your daughter to be treated.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's, I'm not asking for anybody to be naive or anything like that, because women and men can both be lying and deceitful and everything like that. But, making sure that you actually care about the person if you want to be with them, and everything else should just like fall into place after that.
That's dope. One more question that's very off topic, but I don't know why it just came to my head, right? So let's say you were to sign tomorrow, right? Somebody gave you 5 M's to sign tomorrow. What are you going to do with that money? Well, first of all, let's backtrack a little bit. Are you willing to sign to a major label, or are you going to just stay independent on some Young and May shit and just like count your bread on YouTube and the streaming and all that?
I think it really depends. I feel like right now it's too soon to make a call. I'm not completely against it. Yeah. I think it's definitely a possibility. If more than the money, but also if the circumstances, as far as like where I'm at in my career and what I know I could provide and where I know I'm going. And as far as signing, what was the other question? I'm sorry.
If you sign for $5 million tomorrow, what are you gonna spend your money on?
Okay. I have so many things I'd spend my money on. Oh my god. But investing, because of course we're gonna have the people who are entrepreneurs in here. Like, you better invest.
Yeah,
but besides that, I think it'd be important to invest into my own team and my family. Dope. I think like building an empire is super important, and generational wealth is what I'm focused on when it comes to having money. Momentarily is just momentarily, but being able to put people in positions where they can provide for their loved ones and their family, you'll always have a place on someone else's plate. So
now you're about to get all the cousins and all the aunties that be like, "Oh, cousin, blah blah blah. I need this new car, blah blah blah." What's gonna be your answer to that? You gonna keep it true to your family, or is it like you wasn't really with me? You ain't really called me like that.
So I actually have a small family. My grandma only had 2 children, my mother and my aunt. Yeah, but I do have a lot of, basically can be considered cousins, and I think if it's in my means to help anybody out, I'm all for it. As long as I can take care of myself, then I don't mind giving back to anybody else.
Shit, you better than me. You better than me. I signed for 5 M's tomorrow. I only know the people that talked to me in the last week. You know what I'm saying? My number is changing. It's over. But I really do honestly think that you got a good chance here. I see your videos. I see the way you rap and all that. I see the mannerisms, the attitude. It seemed like you got the formula down pat. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Did it just happen overnight, or is there like influences that just like, yeah, I like the way she moves. Let me take note. You know what I'm saying?
I grew up so my mom is Dominican Cuban, but she was born and raised in Brooklyn. So she, in her prime, she was well into the rap and hip hop era, and I grew up with a lot of that influence when it comes to people like Aaliyah. Even if you want to take it back, Etta James.
Etta James.
Yeah, I'm a huge Etta James fan, and even people like La Lupe, even on the Spanish, forefront with that type of music.
Would you do Spanish music? Are you fluent in Spanish?
Very.
Oh shit.
No, I'm just kidding. But I am I'm fluent, but I definitely could see myself doing Spanish music.
Because Spanish music is a whole new lane or whatever. A genre, so there is a lot of money that can be made. They said that what's the dude name?
Bad Bunny.
Is he the top gun right now? I think it's somebody else.
Osuna?
That's like, maybe, but one of them is like selling more than Drake, like on the low, and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. So, would you do like a dance song when it comes to Spanish music, a love song?
I do anything I'm capable of doing. Really, like, I love Badd Bunny right now. A lot of different artists. I think that's like what I admire when it comes to Cardi B.
Mm-hmm.
She plays around a lot with like the Latin music and, you know, the mainstream hip hop music, and bringing those worlds together, I feel like is an amazing experience for anybody who you know, if you listen to music, period. Even Drake, he did a song with Badd Bunny, and just seeing his versatility in the song, I think it pushes a lot of artists. So I'm definitely open to any type of Spanish music, salsa, merengue, you know, reggae. Shoot, you might catch a little some of that coming very soon. So.
Alright, that's an exclusive?
Yeah,
stay tuned. Bet. You heard it here, Mannie on the Scene TV, man. That's an exclusive. But one thing that I like about Cardi B is like she don't really drop a lot, but when she do drop, it's a heater. You know what I'm saying? Now you are pretty consistent as far as the music goes. Do you think that's actually doing a little bit of harm to your style, or is it just you finding your sound right now?
I think it's me finding my sound. I'm definitely focused on letting everyone know what like I'm capable of, and feeling out what people like. Because like you said, and Tamir said, not everybody's gonna like everything, and that's something I've learned. So playing with my sound is just an ability for me to feel people out. So yeah.
Dope. Now you know the COVID numbers is going down. Outside is opening back up. You got a summer banger coming up. Like, what's the plans for the summer?
Definitely have another project coming very soon. It's definitely gonna be some summer hits, twerk vibes, you know, turn up vibes. Definitely gonna have a lot of different sounds, like we were speaking about. So it's exciting. I'm very excited for that. I'm currently working on it now.
Fire. You stay in the studio, right?
Yeah.
And I got one more question as we wrap up, and I guess that's for my boy Mir Crack over here. Mir Crack, like I said, you know, outside is opening back up, man. The COVID numbers is going back down. Places are opening back up. Are we having a Freaknik Beachnik Summer 2021?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, that's dependent on Phil Murphy. We gonna put that on Brother Phil, bro.
Let's say everything opens up, everything 100%, but the mask policy is still in effect. Are we seeing a Freaknik 2021?
Bro, if everything is open, then that's a